And welcome back. You are watching VGL's 2v2 Season 1, and this is going to be an exciting matchup, a Game 3 matchup, Week 7, last game of the season, between Dude from Brazil and Celo versus Kid and TheBusiness. Now, Kid and TheBusiness, if they win this game, will take the match. They will end the undefeated season of Dude from Brazil and Celo, and they will secure themselves a playoff spot. That is a lot of pressure. If Dude from Brazil and Celo win, they will force a sudden death matchup between Diener and B Nasty and Kid and TheBusiness for the final playoff spot, and they will go down in history as the first ever undefeated team for the regular season. Granted, we still have a playoff and a championship, and anything can still happen, but they will at the very minimum secure an undefeated regular season, which nobody has been able to do. And this is definitely looking a lot like something we saw in the very first game of the season, which, if I remember correctly, was on this very map as well. And Kid is not liking what he sees either. This is definitely looking like a 7-pool situation here. This is not good at all. 7-pool on Boneyard is not good. He needs to try and get this walled off as quickly as possible. And this is definitely an emergency situation here. I do not know if they've even scouted their locations. It looks like they have. The Overlord has told them exactly where they're located. So this 7-pool situation is going to be very bad very quickly. We do see a Forge down. Now, if they can bounce back this 7-pool, if they can fight it off, then they should be able to counter this and take advantage of the severely crippled economy. But here it comes, 12 lings rolling in here, and you better hope this is secure and they cannot get through, because this is going to be it. This comes down to it. Undefeated season on the line. They are targeting a very damaged gateway here. They're trying to build it up here. A photon cannon going down. This gateway should have been built to back this one up. This was a bad decision here. It looks like they're trying to correct it, but they're getting in each other's way. Unfortunately, those probes got in each other's way, and they let these lings in here. This is looking very bad. We even see a cybernetics core coming down. These workers are going to have to fight off all of this. Looks like they're going to try to take down these pylons to make sure that nothing can be charged up here. We have a dead cannon on arrival. This is looking very bad. All the workers are being pulled. This is an absolute disaster. They're going to literally lose a humiliating 7-pool loss here. And on the same map that they've already seen this same strategy used against. Chris Justice and Nasty with it lost to the exact same strategy on the exact same map at the very first game of the season. This is unbelievable what has just happened here. This is just heartbreaking for Kid and TheBusiness, and this is an absolute, arguably a dirty win from Dude from Brazil and Celo, but nonetheless a legit win. And this is going to be something that is going to send them undefeated into the playoffs. Absolutely heartbreaking. We expected an epic battle here, and what we got was an extremely fast and quick and arguably a humiliating death from Kid and TheBusiness, as they will succumb to what looks like a complete all-in 7-pool. I'm not even sure why they're still fighting this at this point. It just seems completely impossible for them to win. They're trying to bait these Zerglings in here. Take a look at the resource count. I mean, it's just not enough. 40 and 35. They just don't have anything left to try and block off this wall and stop the bleeding. There are just way too many lings here. You see TheBusiness not happy at all. They watch this happen to another team. Nobody wants to be the victim of this. Nobody wants to have this broadcasted out there. If these two teams end up meeting again in the playoffs, there is definitely going to be some revenge on the mind here. No one likes when this kind of thing happens. Right now they are just trying to stay alive, but it doesn't look like it's going to be possible here. We do see an expansion coming down from Dude from Brazil, but it's most likely fuel, as he has plenty of lings here to finish this off. TheBusiness basically eliminated out of the game. The GG from Kid reciprocated by Dude from Brazil, and that is going to be the game. Unbelievable. They started the season with a win using a 7-pool strategy on the exact same map. They end the season confirming and solidifying an undefeated regular season run. They will go into the playoffs 6-0, and they will face either TheBusiness and Kid, or they will face Diener and B Nasty. That match that decision will be made rather by a sudden death single round match between those two teams, since they are completely tied across the board in every single tie-breaking scenario. So they will have to play that sudden death matchup. We will have that casted, and the outcome of that will mean either a rematch that will most likely carry a little bit of anger and a little bit of revenge from this humiliating loss, or it will be a red-hot Diener and B Nasty coming off of 2 upsets, assuming they've already defeated Business and Kid. And either way, it's going to be one hell of a playoff lineup, and we'll have to see what happens. Playoffs will be coming next week, but a very heartbreaking defeat here for Business and Kid, and we'll have to see if this Cinderella story of them getting that final last playoff spot ever happens.